I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. I mean, it was definitely a fun thing. I knew like once I will say once I knew the first few bucks came in, I was like, wow, you can actually make money doing this. Like I'm like, this is kind of cool. At
Yeah.
first it was, I mean, it was a hobby in a way. And then like the extra little, spending cash was fun. I just use that and I throw it back into the stream and stuff or
Yeah,
whatever it
yeah.
was. Cause I was working a 9 to 5
Yeah.
and, yeah. And then it was just like, I just, it just started getting bigger and bigger. And then it was like, okay, I'm quitting my job. There's no sense in even doing this anymore. I'm actually losing money being at work.
So what point, what was the shifting point for you where you're like, man, like I'm gonna go 100% full time into this because like you said, I'm like losing money going to work. So like, what was that
It
shift?
was kind of a work life balance type of thing. So one I was just like, everything went into PayPal. So I'm seeing this account grow, and I'm like, yo, dude, this is getting crazy.
Yeah.
Like this is like the amount of money I have in this account is more than I've made the whole year at my other job.
Oof.
And it's like, okay, now I know. And then it's been consistently like that, over time and whatever it is. So you keep seeing that. And then I had the baby. And then for a work life balance, I was just like, I can't be working a 9 to 5 and then, 5 to midnight or whatever the hours were.
Yeah.
While having a kid, it's like, I gotta make some extra time. So, I could be dad and all that. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've been in a comfortable spot for a while and then, let's, screw it. We'll throw it
So
out.
so for you, you was just like letting everything stack in a PayPal, like you wasn't touching it. You was just like,
Yeah. I mean, I used it a little bit. I was
yeah,
buying, using that as my expense account really. And then,
got you. Yeah.
yeah, and then my ex-wife, I bought her a kitchen. I bought a kitchen for the house because she was always spending a lot of time in there. And like we bought the house, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna throw in, I'm gonna visually show her how impressive what this is, what I'm doing right now actually is, because you can't see, you can see
Yeah.
that number in an account and it doesn't really click. I'm like,
Yeah.
here, check this kitchen out. Here you go, boom. And then it was like, holy shit, that I think she realized when,
Yeah.
she saw what money that we needed to put into that actually,
So
would have materialized.
so for you, like even for like, you said like for your ex-wife, but like how did it, because I'm sure like you're working a 9 to 5, you're jumping on stream, you have a child, you're not even
Yep.
like materializing your money, like you're just going. So was that like kind of
Yeah.
the first kind of like almost gift to yourself in a sense?
Yeah. I mean, I bought myself some nice things. Like I'd always like every once in a while I'll buy something just randomly big and nice, and it's
Yeah.
just like I really want that. Like I bought this piano right here.
Oh,
Right? Like
sick.
that was my recent.
We're gonna get into that too. We're gonna get into.
Yeah. So those my like that's the kind of thing I'll do. I'm like, I really want something like this would be perfect. So I buy big. Normally when I buy big, and then I just don't really. And then I'm pretty like tight.
Yeah. So like so is this now heading into the armor now? Like the armor servers open up with lyric and stuff, or
Yeah, so Arma opens. Oh, yeah, so I'm in there. He jumps in there. He's actually playing on a bunch of different servers, and I'm gonna be honest. I jumped on the same servers just because not to like, really mooch, but it was more like, oh, there's all these different options. I didn't even really look around at these.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
look cool. Like there was like Takistan life or Island life. There was all these Arma 2 ones that I was trying out too, because I played in DayZ, which kind of was similar in that sense. But yeah, it was bunch of those Arma servers, and then Arma started developing quite a bit. It went from Asylum to Arma 3 Life, which then like they started fixing the audio quality, because before it was all in-game audio, and then they started bringing it out to like TeamSpeak.
yeah, TeamSpeak, yeah.
They're doing it right now anyway. Like they're literally doing that right now, but they're using the Mumble plugin, right? Like that's, Mumble is also a voice communication software. So like but I think there's the plugin codec with it now. But so like that's where it started evolving from shit audio to like better audio, new map, different assets getting brought in. So Arma started evolving like it is now with like GTA. So it starts getting more advanced. And then, you know, so on and so forth. And then we went to, from Arma 3 Life, I think it went to Critical Gaming.
Yeah.
That's where I met Coil and that squad of people, because Coil was on the Critical Gaming dev squad. I don't know if he was initially in the dev squad. I think he joined it at one point. And then he broke off and started NoPixel.
Wow.
On Arma 3. So that was the beginning. And me and Andy were just like, dude, stream, keep streaming too while you're doing this. Like,
so you guys were saying that to Coil.
Yeah, we were
awesome.
pushing them.
Yeah, that's
we're
awesome.
like, dude, you've got something great here. You should keep it. You know, you are the number one most, you know, watched server. Like, you know, you're working your ass off. Do something for yourself.
With that, okay, so when he broke off and created NoPixel, you're saying that was the most watched server? Or
Critical Gaming was. It took a bit. It took a little bit to switch over, because you know how it is. Like, people are very hesitant to move communities, and because this is where everything's working and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually, everybody started moving off, and then it was
awesome.
Yeah.
And
when was that? I gotta look at my account on NoPixel and know what year that was.
Yeah, let's check. Let's check it.
What year was that? I want to say 2016. Joined, yeah, like May of 2016. I think I was a little late. It might have been like a little before that.
Yeah,
I think that was about right. That's maybe a month or so off.
So now you're on the Armor server, but you transition to NoPixel, right?
Yep.
So
then we switch over to NoPixel. Yeah.
So at this time, is it just like you? Is Lyric still there, or how's
yeah, I think Lyric
shift?
popped in. Yeah, he was always coming back to roleplay. He was always he's always bouncing back. He's a variety streamer, so, you know, but like every once in so often they'll come make their rounds back in RP and try that out for a bit. So yeah.
Okay.
He definitely swung through quite a few times.
So how long did the Armor server before you transitioned into GTA, I guess, because it was like
well, Arma was a weird one. Arma lasted quite a bit. We were always like, I think there was assets that were getting pulled from GTA and brought into Arma, because GTA didn't have the multiplayer mod and all that stuff. So they were using it was janky, but they were pulling them in, and we were just like, everyone was just, I know I was, but I was always like, oh man, it would really be great if we could, you know, do this in GTA. It's so much nicer over there.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, this is so janky, Arma's so clunky, and it's a military sim kind of thing, so it wasn't really a great fit. And then I mean, there's all these other RP games like Ark and Reign of Kings and all these different, like, you know, one-off types of environments where you could RP in it. But when I heard about 5M on this first server, like, this first server came out, it's called State of Emergency, and someone's like, yo, you can go on there and do this.
It's the police server, right? It was like
that was very police heavy.
Yeah. I seen YouTube video. There was 2 YouTube guys that really blew up from it.
Yeah. So that was so popping over there, that was like, I was like probably one of the first couple streamers that went on there. And then because I know one of Dimitri's photography from the Household Crew, Mr. Moon and Thaddeus and all those guys, Dimitri, one of his people, actually checked it out and referred him to it.
Yeah.
And then he told us about it. And yeah, I went on there. I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. Like, this is what we were talking about. The voice
smooth,
quality
everything.
sucked ass.
Yeah.
Voice quality sucked ass, but it was still great.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then it was all downhill from there, man. Then one server to the next.
So now, you know, there's who was you like running into at these times? Because you know, a lot of people said they ran into like Ming and all of those on the Armor servers. Like, a lot of people were like, yo, this was like he was the pillar.
Well, back in the Arma days, I think there was a few people that were around then. I'm trying to think of who's still around. You know, it's funny. there's a lot of like you know who's got there like got started over there that got gigantic? Raj Patel. If
I've,
or
Austin.
yeah.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah. So he was running around in there all the time. Like that's where he was gaming and doing, trying to get his stuff. And
That's
then he switched
crazy.
it all up. But yeah, it was like you had Abdul there, Vader. I had my boys Jamal and Roland and Dolphin. That was part of the squad. Daft Bastard was like one of the first few people too. Trying to think of who's actually stuck around. I think Abdul and Vader are the main couple. I know Mr. Moon and Thaddeus and those guys are still they're still doing GTA and RP and all that stuff. So I'm probably missing a few people. There's a lot of dudes that were around, or a good handful of people that have stuck around still.